down 48% in 2022. Is Salesforce stock a buy for 2023? I'm going to answer that question in this video, so stay tuned. Of course, one of the reasons why Salesforce stock is down in recent weeks and recent months is because of the announcements of several key management figures resigning and moving on to other endeavors. Whenever that's happening, especially multiple senior management officials resigning, that always raises my senses into trying to see what's going on. What do they know that we're not seeing? Is there something going on inside of the company, that some future prospects that don't look good, some disagreements? And so that's something to be aware of. Keep that in mind as we go through this video. And one of the other things I want to look at with Salesforce in determining if we're going to buy this stock is going back revenue all the way to 2014 annualized revenue, and you see a very nice upward trend here. Revenue in the few, $3 to $4 billion range in 2013, going all the way up to 26.5 billion in 2022. The company has grown its revenue very nicely over the years. And when I see companies that have excellent revenue growth, I want to also see that operating profits are growing as well. Growing the top line for the sake of growing the top line doesn't impress me very much. I want to see profits expanding as revenue is expanding, and that is the case for Salesforce. You see, if we draw the line here from 2014 all the way up to 22, you see revenue, operating income has scaled higher as revenue has grown. So I like to see that. That's good news for those looking to invest in Salesforce stock. The next thing I want to look at is cash flow from operations. And again, I see very nice upward growth here for cash flow from operations to coincide with operating profit growth. So this is so far looking like a very good investment to me. Finally, with tech stocks like Salesforce, I like to look at shares outstanding. I want to see how much they're diluting shareholders by issuing stock-based compensation and acquisitions made using their stock. Salesforce acquired Slack, and they've made several other acquisitions over the years. So I want to check in and look at shareholder dilution, and they've done quite a bit of shareholder dilution over the years. They had less than 600 million shares outstanding before 2014. That has grown all the way up to 1 billion shares outstanding. So they've grown their share count by nearly 2/3 over the years. That's something I am certainly taking notice of here, considering this investment. Finally, I want to look at valuation. I want to look at how expensive the stock price is compared to itself, and compared just on absolute levels, not comparing it to itself. Just, how many times earnings, how many times free cash flow am I paying to buy this investment? And for Salesforce, it's trading at a price to free cash flow of 23.8. If you look back all the way to before 2014, that's the cheapest you've been able to buy Salesforce stock at in terms of this metric. And then looking at its forward PE ratio of 26.78, that's the lowest it's been in the last year and a half or so. So both in terms of price to free cash flow and forward PE, it's inexpensive. And especially when I compare this price to earnings and price to free cash flow with the fact that it's growing very nicely on the top line and on the bottom line and in cash flow from operations, this looks to me like a bargain stock. So to answer the question, is Salesforce stock a buy for 2023? I'm going to say yes, you can go ahead and buy Salesforce stock for 2023. And keep in mind that there might be something about this company that we're not aware of, which could be the reason why upper management, there's been several quits and retirements and changes in upper management. So keep that in mind when you're looking at this stock. But just in terms of what we know, publicly available information, the stock looks inexpensive right now. So you could go ahead and buy for 2023. All right, that's all I've got for this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.